spin, yeah, facts go relentless. Empirical proof got 'em feeling defenseless. Curious UK globe with rhymes resounding. Flush can't dodge these facts I'm pounding. Flight paths don't loop for a pancake map. Pilots laugh at the claims, leave them in the gap. Gyroscopes hum truths, keep the planes aligned, while flerfs play jigsaw with a missing mind. Flight paths don't loop for a pancake map. Pilots laugh at the claims, leave them in the gap. Gyroscopes hum truths, keep the planes aligned, while flerfs play jigsaw with a missing mind. Flat earth theories getting impounded in the spheres. Blinded by denial, but the evidence is clear. Ships sink hull first, ain't no magic trick. Horizon pull them down, yo, science hit quick. Round we spin, yeah, facts go relentless. Spinning truth round the axis, that's a fact you won't ride. Flerfs fumbling hard, trying to run and hide. We got that gravity pulling, you just drifting through. Science slaps empirical, stick to the glue. Round pound, sharper minds, we probe for the real. History stacked tall, experiments that seal. Curious minds, globe-trot evidence rolls deep. While flerfs count shadows, we night sky sweep. Eratosthenes flex with them shadow lines. Measured Earth's curve, no conspiracy signs. Dropping mics like Newton when his apple fell. Maths to beat, y'all theory sail like a cell. Foucault's pendulum swinging to expose. Rotation so true, no flerf can oppose. Telescopes beaming, Copernican frames. Centuries stacking, flerfs out of their games. Round pound, sharper minds, we probe for the real. History stacked tall, experiments that seal. Curious minds, globe-trot evidence rolls deep. While flerfs count shadows, we night sky sweep. Launching satellites, proof in the pics. Flerfs screaming tricks, we dropping data bricks. Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flerf dreams. Launching satellites, proof in the pics. Flerfs screaming tricks, we dropping data bricks. Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flerf dreams.
Hey people, how's it going? Welcome to Curious UK Debunks. So where we look at the flerfy derp, laugh at it, and then prove it all wrong. Alright, so welcome to Wako Wednesdays. I try to be on here every Wednesday and Sunday night. And try to see what's going on in the flat earth world and see if we can kind of counter some of the stupidity that they like to try to spout. So tonight we got a few different things going on here, a few things lined up. One I'm gonna check out a video done by Fkatzoid. Obviously he's got his new channel, well, he's renamed his channel Reality Jesus Saves. Yeah, whatever. But and he apparently, you know, if you remember a while back, about a month or a few months ago, Flatzoid said he was going to step away from the flat earth. That was it. Wasn't going to talk about it, wasn't going to watch flat globe stuff. Wasn't going to deal in flat earth anymore. You know, he's still going to be a flat earther, but he wasn't going to do content anymore. That lasted a week, right? So he's on it, and he still does flat earth stuff right now, and does his debates and everything else. So he still hangs out with his flerf friends and does his flerf stuff. Let's admit it. Yeah, but so he's a flerfy flerf, so he'll never walk away from it. So setting up so I can monitor the stream here. Right now, so we're going to check out Flatzoid here. But before that, I was in the shop the other day and happened to come across a little beer. So, Polar Flux. So I'll crack it open for this one here. Have a little fun. So, and since Flatzoid likes to talk about the final experiment all the time, I'll put on some Polar Flux. So let's crack this open. Have a few. We'll watch some Flatzoid get destroyed. Well, we'll destroy them ourselves. Sorry, it's quite a late one there. What's this going to say? It's done by Dark Star. It's a cold fermented IPA, 5% of course. Actually, if you feel, hear that, this part here is textured. It's like smooth up here. It's actually textured down there. Interesting. And it says it's out of this world beer. So look, it's even got the curvature of the earth on there. So. Also, another one for that, just for all you the flerfs, because you know how much you like this. Another one here, we got Starlink IPA. So, as well as obviously got my we'll see if we get through both of them. As well as I got my coffee here, Sweet and Flat Earth Tears, because why not? It's always the best. I've got endless supply always coming in. All right, we keep the top on that, keep it nice and warm. All right. All right, let's check out Flatzoid here. And we have a video here that was done 1 day ago. All right. It's quite interesting. I had a little look at the beginning, and has to do with angular size of the sun. And he thinks that he's going to win $1,000 somehow. But we'll see how Flatzoid goes. And because I think he's going to probably try to lie his way out of this and try to deceive. That's how Flatzoid rolls. Right, let's check and see here. Oh, hold on here. Let's before I do that, let's turn the sound on. Make sure that sound. Right, okay, let's go.
Do this for you. I will give you $100 if you can, or $1,000 if you can show the sun change in angular size over 1 day using a solar filter.
Okay.
We can do that.
We can do it. I've got it in my music video. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get $1,000, guys.
All right, nice.
Using a solar
you gotta
filter.
pay with a solar filter, yes.
With a solar filter, yes.
And nothing else over 1 day.
Yes.
All right. I'd like to see that because I say it's impossible.
This is significant why, anyway.
It's impossible.
Okay.
Now we know what flerfs are trying to think. Let's just be clear here right now, right? Okay. So what we're looking at, and flerfs claim that this can happen, is that the sun goes from say those size, and as it's supposed to go away from you, and it's supposed to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it goes to a very pinpoint and goes away, which then we get darkness. That's what flat earthers claim. That's the only way you can work over their flat earth over top. So if it sets below, if it gets obstructed anything halfway up, then that's it. Hey, let's go in there, Calder. Nice to see you. Where's everyone? I think they're still on their way, I think. I am a bit late coming on, but I was about 50 minutes late. I should have had to take care of, but we'll see. Hopefully people pop in. So, nice to see you in there. So we're going to check out some Flatzoid stuff here that he thinks will win $1,000 because he thinks he can prove the sun changes in angular size and goes down to a pinpoint over 1 day, and with the solar filter. So we check this out.
Significant why.
Yes, it is. The ball is impossible. I agree.
Of the sun using a solar filter is impossible.
Okay, here we go.
Can't be done.
Oh, and I'm drinking some Polar Flux IPA. Because why not?
Look whose face is on screen.
Flat Earth.
Oh, it's a little different.
And at first, I thought she must be joking, but there was no punchline. So I read the comments, and it seemed genuine. This was very peculiar to me. How could someone today, in the 21st century, think the
I
Earth
remember
is
TVs like that, man.
The dude in the middle, are you talking to this fella here with the sunglasses on? I don't think he is. So he's saying that he's going to pay $1,000 if they can make a, if they can show the sun change angular size with a solar filter. So it's, which just for context, I have actually done this test, and the sun does not change angular size throughout the day using a solar filter. I've done this test about 2 or 3 years ago, and falsified their claim.
Filter time lapse. Turn to Barlock, 2016. There's the elevation. Northwest. Here we go.
No, and not have anything to do with reflection as well.
You just said.
Dutch
Same day,
Dodgers in the 21st century.
changing angular size with the solar filter.
I don't see it changing angular size, do you? Let's see.
Yeah, but we all know that reflection obviously would.
That isn't what they talk. That's compression due to atmospheric refraction. That's where it's changing, going from less dense to more. Going as it goes lower, it's hitting more density. Take some sunspot photos. Yeah, Calder. Cool. I have a solar filter for my 70mm telescope that I've done some solar stuff on, as well as I just stick my mobile phone inside the solar filter because it's big enough that it fits inside. I just take photographs with this with a solar filter. It works. If I'm feeling lazy, don't feel like pulling the whole telescope out.
Oh, well, no, you said solar filter. Angular size.
That's not changing angular size though. That was that's compression due to atmospheric refraction. And even when it goes a little bit more, you can even see this is sets behind the ooh, I had it there a second. Oh, where'd it go? Why is it doing that? Do this. There we are. See that there is it's because it's actually setting me. It's hitting a lot of distortion due to refraction. So, yeah, he's Flatzoid is trying to say that's changing angular size, but it's actually compressing down due to refraction. We started going over the horizon, and you're getting all that compression. You're getting all that distortion. Nice try, Flatzoid. That's not what. That's not it. That doesn't work. In fact, all he's done is confirm the globe and falsify the flat Earth claim that it actually changes angular size and goes smaller over a flat plane. I know my. Should I go back again here?
Reflection as well.
You just said.
Dutch Dodgers.
I'm gonna check it out again.
Changing angular size with the solar filter.
Yeah, but we all obviously would.
Oh, well, no, you said solar filter. Angular size.
But yeah, the reflection obviously would change the angular size, wouldn't it?
There we go.
But that's not the sun itself.
That's not. That's actually changing refraction. You can see we're here, and it's actually being distorted due to refraction on the bottom here. The top part's still higher up, where you still be above the horizon. That's not what. That doesn't prove your point there, Flatzoid. Sorry, buddy, but you failed.
Angular size. That's just appealing because of reflection.
Are you going back on your word, Luca?
How could someone today, in the 21st century, think the Earth is flat?
Oh, look, the horizon. It went below the horizon.
There we go. $1,000.
That wasn't all refraction
Let me
either.
see.
It's gonna be
Show me
awesome.
that video. Link me that video.
Deducting my
How you sending that money?
That didn't prove it.
Video.
Link him the video.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again.
Oh, is East Coast folks just getting out of work? Yeah, well, I mean, it's like 10 o'clock at night here where I am, so I'm gonna work for a while.
Go to the part where he shows
But yes,
the different sizes at the different times compared to
refraction
the first.
would need to be taken into account.
Refraction
Atmospheric refraction. Yep.
Yeah.
wouldn't what that would just change its position, wouldn't it?
Not its size.
Wouldn't it actually make it bigger?
No.
With
No, that'd be
refraction?
definitely magnification.
Refraction
wouldn't.
would obviously change the angular size.
Oh,
Why?
would it? How much refraction would it take?
Wait.
It can cause distortion and even sometimes compression. It can cause. So yeah.
Wait. When you put a solar filter on, does refraction play a part of?
Oh, that's right. It's got a filter on it too.
Yes.
I guess
Refraction still affects it if it's got a solar filter on it. Dickheads. All the solar filter does is takes away all the glare, and doesn't obviously and protects your optics.
it wouldn't. No,
I guess
really.
I guess you're about $1,000.
Like, okay, fine. Let's have a look then. I'm watching.
Why
it.
do you think you put a solar filter on when you look at a solar eclipse?
Because of the glare, you absolute fucking bellend.
Yep.
Oh.
Let's see it not change in angular size.
I just showed you.
all
a
right,
change in
I get
angular
you.
size, Luca.
Well, I'm watching it again.
Falconate. Oh, is it?
Go for it.
Falconate. Sorry.
Pay close attention to that part where he shows it at 70 minutes compared to the first frame, and 90 minutes compared to the first frame.
Yeah. Completely different size.
The reason you don't perceive that, it's real simple. I can demonstrate it. Okay? I can demonstrate this really easily to you. Okay.
Tommy Chong's freaking like long lost cousin here.
Now, this close to you,
This is Tommy Chong's retarded cousin. Freaking Psalm.
I can take this coffee cup.
The fuck's it like?
I'll
So
show
good.
you. Back up.
No, get take this. Oh wait, you want to quickly show it?
And you
First,
see it does change apparent size drastically. And I only
Yes, but it does it uniformly. This is fucking uniformly, you absolute freaking tool. Here bigger, uniformly smaller. It doesn't compress this way and it still is like that. It's here, all around, uniformly. See, Psalm? Uniform. This is what he was expecting to see. The sun like here, go and then do that. To a point. It didn't do that. It stayed here the same, and then because of the atmospheric refraction, it started to compress it that way. But still here, it didn't change. Of your hero. Oh yeah, I never heard of that person there.
moved it a little bit. See, it changed drastically, right? Okay, now watch what happens.
Oop.
Watch
Just
what
ran into his
happens.
dog.
We're gonna go all the way back here. Now I'm gonna move it the same distance toward you. How much angular size did you see?
Not much.
Not.
Parallax.
So if something's already a certain distance from you and a certain size, it's not going to appear to change that much in the first place. But the fact of the matter is, it still changed.
It's local. That's why.
Oh,
Shows it's local.
If it's local, then you would see it change. Today I was watching freaking airplanes, like commercial planes, go over top of my house. I could see them start smaller. They got a lot bigger, as well as I have like the flying beluga. If you've ever seen them, the ones that transport airplane parts. Freaking crazy watching them fly. And it went smaller, got really big over top of my house, and then as you went off, not very far, they started getting smaller real fast. And they're only they weren't even at cruising altitude. They were just coming over because I'm not too far from where those planes land. So that's stupid.
It's not hard. I mean, it's simple, isn't it?
Look, not changing.
It
Oh.
goes to Keith Reynolds, and it's $1,000.
U.S.
Jude, good job for this doctor.
No, he's
for
Australian. That's
Flatzoid.
fine.
Keith Reynolds.
Oh, that's a good one right there too.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I have one.
I'm
Heck,
going
I have
to
one.
say
I have one.
That is because of refraction and not because of the sun.
Sorry, what was your specific thing? If you can show me the same day, The sun changing angular size with the solar filter, correct? Did you say anything about
Yeah.
refraction?
That's not changing angular size. That's compressing due to atmospheric refraction. Is distorting.
But you need to remove refraction, and that will show if you
Does
remove
refraction
the
make
sun
something
will-
big?
if you
Look at this here. This is got a lot of glare in it, not filtered. This side here, filtered. Same size. Glare, no glare.
if you
Does
remove
refraction
the
make
sun
something bigger?
would not be the same. The
Does
sun
refraction make it? Wait. Does diffraction make something bigger or smaller?
would,
Refraction doesn't make it bigger or smaller. It can change its apparent position due to how much atmospheric refraction you have. It can distort it, and it can cause it where it can appear higher up. It can so it appears like it's higher, perhaps from where its position is. Doesn't make it bigger. It isn't.
Well,
It's
why
not
is it getting smaller then?
magnification.
When it's further away.
The Spanish novel by McKellips, recently published in 16. The novel is considered fun work of Western literature. Oh, is it? That's Don Quixote. Sorry, you know what? I couldn't pronounce the last name, gentleman. This gentleman Don Quixote. Yes. Sorry. It's been a long day. Sorry. Yes, Don Quixote. I have heard of Don Quixote. Yes, going around fighting windmills because he thought they were dragons. He was going to be he wanted to be a hero, didn't he? Something along those lines. I've never read it, but I have heard of Don Quixote. Yes. And who attacks windmills thinking of the giant? Was it giants? I thought it was dragons. Dragons. Yeah. Yes, Sam does look like. You think Don Quixote? At least Don Quixote was At least he had like a dream, a proper dream. At least he's just going around trying to do something. Sam just sits there and freaking acts like a freaking old stoner that smokes some really bad weed for a long time, just like some.
well, I don't know, smaller. But here's the thing.
You're saying both answers.
If you remove refraction, the sun would still be the same size, the same angular size.
It's weird.
So if you take refraction into account and removing it, the sun would still be the same size.
No, it changed size.
I want to point something. Let's quickly look here when it goes to the horizon. Tell me if you can see a change in angular size, Luca.
Yes, but that's because that's from.
Oh, it's not changing angular size. It's staying exactly the same. When it's at the horizon. Look, it's close to the horizon.
And it doesn't change if you had it higher up. If you took it at noon, it'd still be the same angular size. I think it maybe changes a very, very, very minute fraction of amount, perhaps, depending on time of year you're looking at. But it's not enough to say it's getting dark because the sun is going so far away that you can't see it anymore. It's setting below the horizon. Even there, watch as it sets below the horizon.
It's blur as it got close.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to print screen.
Yeah, but as it approaches the horizon, you see a shimmering effect.
Wait, I'm going to show you. Very nice. Okay, I've taken the first one. You see, I've copied the first one. There we go. Timestamp 39.
The good one right here.
Okay. Let's carry on. Okay. Again.
Oh, it's almost the horizon.
41. Okay.
Oh, look. Oh, it's
Okay,
getting
there's
obstructed by the horizon.
43. So that's when it's got like the
most amount of
the
fraction.
horizon, the refraction you're talking about, correct?
This is see how it's shimmering?
Yeah, it seems like that's a cell phone for Flatzoid right there, because he just debunked the flat Earth model, and just so that conforms to the globe. Well done, Flatzoid. You got something right and falsified your model.
A bit.
Wait.
It's like a wavy.
Yeah, that's refraction. That's what refraction does.
Yay!
You know what, we'll keep...
Look at that. It's almost like Flatzoid might almost understand refraction, at least maybe very basic levels. Holy shit. He's coming. He's getting there.
We'll keep the timestamp in. Just for you.
And now that sun is being obstructed by the horizon. It's setting below something. Just like predicted on the globe. Good job.
Okay, next one. Crop image.
I have to say this polar flux isn't that bad. Went down pretty easy. Maybe a little bit too easy. Might to get some more of these. They're rather cheap.
Okay. I got the sun there. Got the sun. So let's get that's the. Gonna first place this one on top of there, and let's go to format options, adjustments, opacity. Okay. Look at that. It's already different.
Well, yeah.
You see that, Rika?
One is a bit higher than the other.
Look at that. Okay. See there? Look at that. Squashing, correct?
Yeah, that's because of reflection.
Okay, and that's before it gets to the horizon. Okay, now let's look when it's at the horizon.
Yes, but you're still looking through more atmosphere than you were looking.
Look at that. Look. Wait. Oh no. It's the same.
Same size. It didn't
Oh.
have anything
Look
to do
at
with
that.
it.
Luca.
Yeah.
So guess what? When it's in the refraction band, it's the same as before it gets to the refraction band. But when it gets higher, like closer to you, it's bigger.
No, it's not.
No.
That's angular size change over distance.
That you can see there's loads of glare off there. That's not even properly focused, nor is it properly filtered. If it's filtered, you actually would be able to see the sunspots. You can see how much glare there is on that. That's actually not a very good one. And then when it's just setting, it's actually just getting down low enough that it's dimmed enough that now it looks smaller because you're getting less glare.
Refraction, it's the same.
They do this all the time, freaking flat earthers. They like to pull this shit. Did I post that? When I did, I don't think I did I? I was just looking for something that I thought I posted. Hold on here. I'm just gonna see if I can find something. I thought I posted it up, but maybe I didn't. Gmail. Bear with me for a second here. I'm just gonna see if I can bring something up here. Hmm. See if I can find something here. So here's a picture I took a while back here, and this is just over the Irish Sea. See if I can get this a little bit bigger here. Move it up. All right. So there's actually this. I'm not going to say solar filter. It's not solar filtered. I was actually trying to take shots with my DLSR that had a solar filter on it. Unfortunately, my DLSR had a fault, and when I came back to look at got home, went to review the pictures, I lost them all. For some reason, deleted them. I was pissed off. I'm going to do it again. But while I was there, I also took some pictures with my, because there's quite a bit of atmospheric mist and stuff, I took some pictures with my phone, with my mobile phone as well. So you can see it's higher up here. Now, it's actually setting from left to right, which Flair needs to explain how that's happening. But as you can see here, I actually set these. So I looked at the size of the windmills. I checked here, and then I checked here, and I set the size for the windmills, right? So that way I was setting it towards these wind turbines here. So they're all the same size, all the way down, right? Then when I got over down to here, then I was setting it for this wind turbine, this wind turbine, this wind turbine. So I made sure they're all the same size. So as you can see, as it's coming down, you can't see the turbine there, and you can see it here, then here, then here. So it's going from left to right. Also, if you look and see how it goes from here to here, it's compressed a little bit because of the atmosphere, because it's going through thick atmosphere. Like I said, it was a bit misty out this way. And that's where you get down to here, where there's actually quite a bit of atmospheric mist and stuff there. So it was really thick. It's over the sea and stuff like that. So it's really thick. And then comes down to here. So this is just as the sun's just setting. Now this, it's not going to a pinpoint to say that the sun's getting smaller and smaller until we can't see it anymore. This is going below, being obstructed by something. Now even here, you can see it's compressing a bit because atmospheric refraction went up and down. And even from here to here, now it is also reducing because as it's going down, it's going through more atmosphere, it's getting darker, and this was less glare. Like I said, I didn't hide. Usually we'll put like a welding glasses, at least something on my phone, so that it does reduce a lot of glare, especially at this point. I didn't have it with me here. But this does not support the flat Earth. This actually supports the globe. This was a observation I did. I even showed the location I was standing at and which way I was facing, being that I was facing towards the, well, I'd have to be facing west, wouldn't I? Because there's another way. So this supports the globe, and it's expected and predicted by the globe, and falsifies the flat Earth. Just like to bring that up, that yeah, this is, and this you can see. If you look at that, look at this. No solar filter. Like I said, no filter. I was just taking it with a phone, with the atmosphere, and then look at what the one that Flatzoid is talking about. He's talking about this here. It looks the same. This is not filtered. There's no solar filter on here. So then when he says, "Oh, it looks small," the other one, well, because you have a little more atmosphere, it's actually being obstructed more due to the haze and stuff like that.
Oh my god. No,
so you're
it's
making
not.
excuses not to pay? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm
Refraction.
saying, okay.
Here you go, Luca. Watch. Keep on.
Once again, no solar filter, lots of glare over a city, so you have lots of smog. And as it go down, more smog, more atmosphere is going to attenuate the light more because it's going through a lot more thicker stuff, so it's going to be
Quite
dimmer.
a beautiful view, that.
It is.
It is. Yes.
Oh, look, now
Look at that. Look at that.
no glare. Also, obviously, it's it's in a city, really far away. It's that's.
If you
Oh, look, now there it actually disappeared bottom up. Watch as it goes down. It actually disappears bottom up. No glare, no glare, no
Okay.
glare. See the glare.
Look
Less,
at
less,
that.
less glare. A lot less glare. Now this would be like with the solar filter on. Now watch as it sets.
if you
Bottom up.
remove refraction,
That's not refraction, my friend. That is not refraction.
No, that's glare, and then it's being attenuated.
You don't get to see. That's what you guys do. You got your two little duct tape rolls, right? You got one that says gravity. You got one of your duct.
You can even see how much haze there is right here. See all the amount of haze there. See, that's why these guys are probably will never let me in here, because I'd be like, hold on, wait a minute. Look at all this, then look at all the haze right there. It went behind that haze. And it's over a city, and so you're looking through a lot of smog, a lot of different stuff, particulates in the atmosphere, like in the air and stuff between here and that sun.
Tapes
Sorry,
is gravity.
that proves
the other
nothing.
one you have is refraction. This is your catch-all excuse for every goddamn thing you can't.
It is. What's that?
I want to explain it to people. So they're saying so it doesn't change
no
size.
glare, no glare, no glare. Look at that. The glare is nearly gone because there's not much smog and stuff like that. It's filtering a lot of the light and a lot of the glare. Now you're seeing it there, and you watch it disappear bottom up.
At
Bottom up.
refraction, I'm trying to explain. When you're in the refraction band, it stays exactly the same size.
Atmospheric lensing is also a thing too.
Yeah. So what happens is when he's saying refract,
Atmospheric lensing to a point, but it's only it's not what they think it is.
is causing the size different. It's not, because it would
Atmospheric lensing, you need specific atmospheric conditions, which can sometimes then cause things to look a little bit bigger than they are. But it's only certain times you have to have a certain kind of conditions that that happens at. It's not all the time.
literally show in that refraction band that it would change size constantly, and it doesn't.
this is refraction, right there.
That's
That
refraction.
is a refraction.
Where?
Tell me.
Where's the refraction?
The two different sizes, the two angular size difference.
Prove its refraction. Go ahead.
This is This is also this side here is not nearly as has more glare than this side here. You actually see a bit more more glare, and then also you can see it's not left to right. It's not compressing. It's up and down, and that's due to the atmospheric conditions. We haven't where it's starting to compress a bit due to the atmospheric refraction. You have a different densities going up and down.
Well, one is closer to the horizon than the other one, right?
No, one is closer to the observer than the other one. Like Shov did with the mug.
You're looking through more atmosphere.
Can we just accept you are backing down on your word?
No, I'm not.
But you are.
Yes, you are. Because we're
But
just
actually
clearly
saying
showing that angular size did
Because of
change.
refraction.
No, now you're moving the goalposts. This clearly shows what's on the screen right now, that the sun did change in angular size
It
as
did.
it passed away from you. There is no answer.
Not that would conform to the flat Earth. I think that what that kid, I don't know if he's, it sounds like, I don't know, he's got definitely a speech impediment, but I don't know if he quite articulated that correctly. The saying that it needs to change angular size uniformly over the entire observed surface of the sun. So it needs to do it uniformly. So not just up and down, it needs to go from its size, as you can see it needs to start small as a point, go over top of our heads, get bigger at noon, which is above your zenith, and then as it goes away, it needs to start uniformly going smaller until it goes down to a point. So we should see it look like this as it comes, gets up, rises up, should rise up over us. You know, we'll look rise. We should come morning, afternoon, and then come down to being evening and then night. And not do this. It needs to go morning and then night and all the way back until it goes to a pinpoint. Obviously, I don't have enough room here because there's a wall behind me, but you get the point.
As ifs or buts
I'm
about
not
it.
disagreeing with you.
So
there.
now you're
But the reason
well, then you
it
lost
changed angular size
lost the
is
bet.
because of reflection.
It don't matter what you think it's from. You said it doesn't change angular size. We clearly showed it did. You
If
lost.
remove reflection,
No.
Angular
You can't
size
put the
does not
goalpost
change
and
angular
say,
size.
oh, well, it's because of this, that, and the other. You clearly said that it doesn't change size, the angular size, throughout the day. And you said that if he could show you it did change angular size, regardless of the reason, that you would pay him $1,000. He showed you owe him $1,000, Luca.
yes, but that's because
No,
of
not yes, but
reflection.
anything.
Yes,
You
Only.
lost.
Now there's
You lost,
conditions,
bro.
Now there's
You
conditions.
lost.
Once you lose,
Okay.
there's conditions. You know, that's Welshing on a bet.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Can you ever show a day where there's no atmo at all? Can you ever show any observations without atmo or atmosphere, as you call it?
If you're looking straight up, you're looking through less atmosphere than
But
if
you
you're
can
looking
never be
straight
looking
across,
through.
right?
So you can never be looking through zero atmosphere, right?
You're always going to be looking through
All right.
an atmosphere, yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Tassie Tiger. Basically, the last time I checked, changing sun disk size isn't accounted for in cell nav sun shots. The size change they are talking is more significant than dip correction. You literally calc a different position depending on the time of day you took the reading. Yeah, I'm still learning about how to do cell nav. So, what I do know though is that the sun does not change angular size throughout the day. Now, just coming over, if you have a lot of atmospheric compression, or like at different times like that, then you'll see the sun might be compressed or like distorted a bit, but it's going to be up and down, not so much side to side. It's not changing going to a pinpoint. Trying to see if I can find something that explains kind of like. Oh crap! Went off of it. Oh, stop that. Oh right, of course, yeah, that's right, yeah, because yeah, they only yeah, you can't really instead of taking the middle of the sun, you're going to do it from the bottom. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I actually do remember hearing about that on Taxi Tiger. Yeah, that you take your cell nav from the bottom of the sun to the close, so from the horizon up to the bottom. I do remember hearing something like you don't do angles that are between like about 15 degrees because then there's too much atmospheric refraction that you can't always account for each day. So a lot of times a lot of the graphs and stuff like that will say to go anything above 15 degrees so you don't have to deal with so much refraction. Appears to drop near the horizon. The light rays you see are lensed or obliquely entering spherical atmosphere. This lensing causes a bit of a vertical squish, yeah, compared to widths instead. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah, because as it's getting lower because of the atmospheric refraction, sometimes it'll start to distort it and make it do that. Kind of like what mine did as it went down and there was a haze, it really started to distort at the bottom as it went into that and then kind of squish this way, but it doesn't ever really squish that way so much. And what they're talking about in this, well, how Elisa Luca or whoever this fellow with the sunglasses is trying to get at, and he should articulate is that to change angular size uniformly over the entire sun, like to go from tiny point to bigger, to tiny, and to change uniformly, not If it compresses, that's not what he's talking about. So you have to kind of remember that flerfs like to play these word games. So yeah, I was trying to see if I find like an example of talking about like change angular size, but. Yeah, not finding anything at this moment that kind of goes on about that, but we'll crack on here.
So there is not a condition where you're not going to be able to see these things without looking through the atmosphere at 1 degree or another, correct?
But straight up is
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If there's a little bit of refraction or a lot of bit of refraction, there's still refraction at all times because of the atmos, as you claimed. So there's always refraction.
But
right?
if you
Yeah, well, yes and no. At a certain point, like you get the least amount of refraction would be 90 degrees above your head, in which you're looking at the least amount of atmosphere between you and whatever celestial body. And then and also because it's the you're looking straight up, you're not having that change in atmospheric densities and obviously temperature gradients and stuff like that. You're going straight up, so you're looking straight. So it's not going to change it. Or else, if you're looking on an angle, then it may cause it to rise up a bit more, or depending if you have where you have certain phenomenon in which the pressure or the temperature gradient and obviously the density is flipped over. So like say over like a hot road on like a summer day where the road's that hot, there's warming the air just above it. So in that air being a lot hotter, it's going to be thinner, being a heater. So and then that's where you get the wavy bits, and then you have where it looks like things kind of disappear and they get really distorted. But over like water and stuff, you don't tend to have that as much because water tends to cool the air just above it. So then you get the denser medium near the water, and as it goes up, then the density and the temperature changes as you rise up.
move the refraction.
You don't move refraction. Refraction is an effect that happens.
You remove
How do you remove it? How do you remove it?
Do the calculations.
How do you remove
See what
it?
the refraction is.
Wait a second. How do you remove it? How do you remove it?
Do the calculations.
No, not with
If you calculate what
calculations.
the refractive index is,
You
so and
cannot.
then remove
You
that.
can't calculate refraction over a vast distance because
can.
of the different degrees of conditions that are happening between you and there. It's
You can have a generally fairly good idea, based on like your weather and your heat and temperature and stuff like that. You're not gonna get 100%, but you can get a fairly good idea. And also, depending on how you're looking at it, if stuff looks really, really kind of distorted, you probably have a high atmospheric coefficient. If things don't look nearly as distorted, look pretty much the way they should, like you should be able to see like the black swan, the ones that flerfs always use, where the cranes look like that, they're all bent over. Yeah, really high atmospheric conditions. Other days you go back there and the cranes, everything look quite straight and everything's not all distorted and wobbly. Very lower atmospheric coefficient, in which then things look lower and you're not getting as much distortion.
never going to be consistent.
Well, let's just remove the average refraction then.
Then
Let's
that's-
calculate what the average refraction is.
All right, just gonna have my other beer here. I'm gonna crack open the Starlink IPA, and it's still out of this world, beer. I'm gonna play this here. Doing this
Is
shit.
that accurate? Just
And
saying
then
that.
remove that.
Is that
and then
accurate?
just-
Well, go
it's
ahead
not
and remove
Not
it.
accurate.
Go ahead and remove it. It wasn't part of the deal, though, Luca. You said that if he could show you that the sun
Okay.
changes angular
Okay.
size throughout the day, you would
Okay.
give him $1,000.
Okay.
Nobody asked you to do it. That was your challenge.
Okay, I admit.
Now you're adding conditions to it and trying to worm your way out of it.
I admit.
You reckon that's why they hang out with Luca, because they know they can like kind of like bully him a little bit because he's probably not quite 100% all there. He seems like he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Man, I should have specified.
Well, you didn't,
That's
so
on me.
you still lost.
I lost.
And you still lost.
I did lose. I should have specified with
Yeah.
removing the reflection.
Well, maybe that'll
bit.
learn you the next time you want to bet somebody $1,000 about some shit, huh?
I should have specified.
Yeah.
Try to be too much like FTF. I bet you have 5,000.
Which I am now specifying.
Well, it don't matter. You already lost. Whatever claim you want to make now, we're not buying it anyways because we know better. But if you want to believe that, that's fine and well. But your bet was that you said you would give Keith $1,000 if he could show that the sun changes angular size throughout the day. You didn't say anything about refraction or anything. You did mention a solar filter, and that burden was satisfied. Therefore, because of your own ineptness, in your own words, you lost $1,000 blowing your mouth off. That's a hard lesson to learn, but I hope you've learned it now. You can make that check payable to Keith Reynolds, or you can send it through his other means of monetary transfer.
My wife's going to be
Yeah,
happy.
PayPal.
Now I can get her piano tuned so she can play it.
And how can you determine the amount of the refraction above us during the middle of the day is actually different than refraction that
Let's take
when
the
the sun's going
average
down?
reflection.
Look, can I ask? Maybe personal, but do you have 1,000 to spare?
I do.
You do.
Okay, well,
right.
you
So
know
there
where
you
to
go.
send it.
You lost it. You
You
lost
lost
the
it, brother.
bet. Not bet. Sorry, no, it's not a bet. I keep saying bet. It's not a bet, but you lost. what
There's
you said.
another bet we can make. How much refraction is at solar noon as opposed to solar night or whatever you want to
If
call it?
you remove the reflection, though, the sun would not change in angular size.
Well, if you look at it through a magnifying glass and then stop looking at it through a magnifying glass, it'll change size too. What the fuck are you saying? If all your shit is all based on ifs and stuff.
It's always it.
And I just want to point out to everybody, I don't expect money from you because I'm not a betting man. I don't do bets. So just making a point, Luca.
You're off the hook, Luca. So you can send his $1,000 to me instead. I'll take the burden of it.
No, but I was going to say if you didn't have it, don't make bets like that.
Don't get me wrong, I would really need the $1,000. I can use it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not a
Okay.
betting man, so.
Okay,
We
tell
can
you
use
what.
it.
I'll give you $50. How about
Mountain
that, Flatzoid?
Biker says AA will pay you $1,000 that Luca bet you when you debate one on topics he offered. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you very much. This is probably
Yeah.
Aaron Armstrong.
Of course,
How-
And if you
how
go,
about-
of course it is.
How about I
Hold
will
on.
give you $50?
100%. I accept that. Thank you.
You heard?
Okay, I'll give you 50.
a
How about
gift.
that?
Now, if you go to Quantum Eraser's channel, he actually has somebody with a telescope and a solar filter who watches the sun all the time, and he shows that it actually does change in angular
In the sky
size
itself.
in the sky.
Bullshit. Oh, sorry. Get a drink. That's bullshit because I have a telescope with the solar filter, and it does not change angular size. But, you know, nice empty claim there. That's bullshit.
Sky all day long,
I'm not going to check that out, though.
dude.
I'm looking for
Every
an
day.
old video. I'm looking for an old video because there was always a video from a guy where he walks through a forest, and the sun is at noon time, so it's literally just 2 or 3 hours difference, and he shows angular size difference with the solar filter, and it's still up in the sky, not going down to the horizon.
Bullshit. No, sorry. That's bad. Sorry. This is, you know, bullshit filters going off.
Yeah, no refraction required.
Mm-hmm. I just can't find it anymore. It's quite an old video.
This is like 2015, 2014 arguments we're listening to now that we've already put to sleep. So
Yeah.
we have a cosmology too, and we have people who observe the stars for thousands of years, and the moon, and the sun.
Bang it.
Let me go over to QE site. Maybe I can find one.
Sorry, what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think I even saw Wolfie once showing angular size change while he's trying to say it doesn't.
Dang it. No.
He never does that stuff at all. I just want to see him uncage his altimeter from the gyro and fly. See how far he gets.
I think.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Okay. You can deduct the $50 out of the remember
What's that going to do with this, though? Just
the
say you.
That challenge.
Can I skip through this a bit?
I should have specified refraction.
Yeah,
If
but you're even trying to warm out the 50, so it's just forget it, man. Forget it. I'm sure he didn't want it.
It's all right, dude. It's fine.
He doesn't want it.
If I specified, I definitely would have paid because it's impossible to see because
Refraction as a cop out, Luca.
no, reflection is a thing that happens. Do you
You're
agree?
claiming refraction as a cop out, and you said nothing about refraction.
Yeah, but refraction is there no matter what. I mean, we still have the atmosphere with the pressure gradient and different temperature and density gradients. So obviously, all over top of it, especially over top of the water and stuff like that. So that's like a given.
The point I didn't.
A flat earthers like to pretend refraction doesn't exist and doesn't affect light.
I'm sorry. I should have specified refraction at the time. I sat there. I made that statement. I should have specified refraction, and I'm sorry.
And how's that got to do with me being wrong now?
Well, because the sun doesn't change angular size.
It does.
It does.
It did exactly what you said it doesn't do.
Because of refraction.
You see, guys, this is the difference with character of a glober and a flat earther. Just to point out to you guys.
That's very dodgy what you did there. I'm sure Flax didn't expect anything anyway, obviously, but what you just did is really shows your character, bro. That's bad. That's bad. You shouldn't have bet any money at all, or you shouldn't have put the challenge forth at all.
Is you fucking kidding me, Flatzoid? I mean, flat earthers lie all the time in every single flat earth challenge ever presented. Minus friggin' Steve from the UK, who actually paid out twice when his bets both friggin' flopped. Every single flat earth challenge is a freaking fraud. They never pay anything. Look at freaking Dearth. He owes about 20 people 6 bitcoins and refuses to pay any of them. So I mean, I'm pretty sure even Keith freaking launched different flat earth challenges that he got absolutely destroyed on and he ran away from. So that's just a fucking that's just cope right there. But flat earthers constantly make challenges and then try to weasel the way out of it.
So you could have just said it without having to say. You could have just said, "Oh, have you got a video of this?" Without having to say, "Oh,
I'm going to quickly show you."
In fact, I'm pretty sure it's like rule number 3 of Flat Earth. Every single Flat Earth challenge is a fraud. It's fake.
If you could find this, Flats would have probably done it anyway.
Okay, fine. But I still say it's impossible.
You do?
Even though it's literally showed.
Into account, it's impossible to see any size change.
On a video of his.
The Globe Terminator.
This is Wolf from Wolfie's own video. These are 4 different suns. Well, the same sun. All about the same, almost the same height, actually. They all have different angular sizes. See that? They're all different. Let's place them actually by where the horizon would be together.
I should wake that up. That was something I had to do. Hold on, give me a sec.
All these suns are different angular sizes. And let me show you where I got this from.
I don't even think he's watching in a minute, but
He's
Of
probably
course
not.
he is, and
Hey,
he's running
Luca.
away from... There we go. You can't trust sun size video unless a solar filter is used. Wolfie6020. Let me quickly get that video up for you, so I can show you where I got it. So even Wolfie literally debunked you, Luca.
Hi.
You can't trust sun size after using a solar filter videos unless using a solar filter is used. Correct?
Huey needs to put a search bar on his channel.
But as it moves towards the center of the frame, it appears to shrink.
Yeah, it appears to shrink.
Yeah, you can see that the exposure. You can see that the exposure is dropping now because the whole sky and everything's going dark. So the camera is actually bringing the exposures down, and aperture is dropping it down to try to limit the amount of light coming in.
As we continue panning right, the sun will appear to grow again.
Yeah, due to the glare. As it's going away, the sensor is open back up to let more light in because it's not having to try to block as much light.
There you go, and you see he's going to show, and he's going to go, and he's going to put a solar filter up now. From there, see, he's got a solar filter up. Correct.
It's still, yeah, that's still not a very good solar filter. 'Cause, yeah, you shouldn't. My solar filters, I can't even see glare off the water and stuff like that.
Correct.
So
yeah.
Now he's going to go a bit later, solar filter up again. Correct. And again, he's going to keep showing this, the solar filter up. And the sun keeps changing angular size.
so that there, the last one there was a lot darker. So I would say that that's probably more like
Solar filter up again.
see that there you can't even see the glare off the water. So then that's going to be a lot less glare there. So
Correct. And again, he's going to
And
keep
there.
showing this, the solar filter up. And the sun
there,
keeps changing.
see, look how much dimmer that is, and you're not getting the glare. He's actually, I imagine go with Wolfie6020, you'll probably find that he's actually talking about something. It all depends on the settings of your camera as well.
Changing angular size. Hence why I got this here. All these suns.
You got to do it again, Fletch, because he was gone.
Yeah, I was getting
No, this is for the audience. This is for the audience. It's fine. He doesn't need to pay attention on purpose.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
It means you make as if you're not paying attention. Okay.
No, I'm
Not
making coffee.
Yeah, nobody's in my freaking live chat
While you're
today.
supposed to be paying
Who's there?
attention.
I did say that I was going to be making coffee.
I didn't hear you.
Before.
Yeah, guys. There we go. All the suns are different angular size in Wolfie's video. Odd how that works. So there, debunked by Wolfie.
Not debunked. In fact, they look all about the same size, but you are getting like that there's more glare. You can see a bit more of the water. There. So they're not. In fact, yeah. Flats is just lying again. You can't help himself.
60-20.
You made a coffee in the microwave.
That's not coffee.
Sacrilege! Coffee in the microwave. Oh. He's definitely using the sharpest tool in the shed, though. This Luca, is he?
I was heating milk in the microwave.
Oh.
You gotta heat your milk up?
Yeah.
Are you making
You
espresso?
make milky coffee, so you're just making coffee with milk and no water.
No, the coffee machine does that.
But it's,
Oh, I see. He's heating the milk up so that it doesn't cool his coffee off. All right, we'll let him off. Yeah, that's the way he likes it. How's it going, Hanzo? I think everybody's just doing their own thing. It's Wednesday night. Bit quiet sometimes on these streams, but we'll see if we get anybody in later on.
there's no water. It's just milk.
I got an espresso machine for that. I got a steamer on it. It'll steam.
I call that milky coffee.
Yeah.
You can hear the coffee going in the background, the coffee maker.
That's not a coffee. That's like a cappuccino or frappuccino, whatever you want to call it. Now you put cream in your coffee, yeah. If you like cream.
I know. So I get coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Even better.
Yeah, I put milk in my coffee, but just a little bit.
Milk.
That's a baby coffee. That's like a korma when it comes to milk.
You should probably put that in one of them little sippy cups.
It's a tad bit of cream. That's all I need.
I mean,
Tell the wife stuff. There's a grand you could have had, Flat.
Man, everybody.
I'll bet you I have money in escrow. Nothing, man. That's for real.
Like a hero when you just
Fee impersonation.
Yeah, it must be.
Good job.
I'm not being no hate or any shade, but I'm pretty sure Luca's on the spectrum. He just comes across that way to me.
No shit. It's old Toon piped his face up on Facebook about something. He says, you should stick to stuff you know about. And I said, I'd tell you to stick to stuff you know about, but it would probably put kids in danger.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, they hate because he absolutely gets cooked every single time. FTFE absolutely just roasts freaking Some can't handle it. The fact that that's the first place Som goes is a bit concerning because obviously it's on his mind, and it makes me wonder: is the dirty old man a really dirty old man? Allegedly, maybe. I don't know. I'm just questioning just the fact that he's thought of that. FTV didn't think of it, but he did. Makes me wonder.
Listen, these people don't know what they try to engage in verbal combat with me, and they get slain. They just get totally slain. I am like a.
Well, they're not really the smartest people around, so they.
But the rest of you, I've sat here. I'm not even like nearly as like long into this as like FTFE or MC Toon, and I'm roasting all these guys. So fuck. They hang out with the only Glober they have to hang out with is a freaking like somebody is like is Luca, who seems like he's not quite all there. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's probably on the spectrum. Now I could be wrong, and correct me if I am, but it's definitely come across like somebody who's if he hasn't have a diagnosis of autism syndrome disorder, probably should go get tested. That or he's not quite something that triggers like he's not the sharpest tool. And then this is who they hang out with, and they think this is the globe because you can't actually hang out with anybody with any real intelligence, because they're all just get absolutely roasted every single time.
They're what you would call Dunning-Kruger.
Yes. And the reason you would know that is because that's what they say about everyone else. See, they're masters of project. Yes, sir.
No, well, the flat earthers are definitely all Dunning-Kruger. They think they know everything, but when you ask for evidence, they just got like derpy derp derp derp. I don't know. We can't tell that. We can't. It's like Flatzoid. They ask you where the South Pole is. It goes, it's in Antarctica. Well, where on the flat Earth? Showing where the South Pole is, because it's a massive, huge ring, goes all the way around. It's around 70,000 miles circumference. Where is the celestial? Where's the South Pole that everybody goes in? And he goes, it's in Antarctica. Anywhere. It can't be anywhere. It can't be infinite South Poles everywhere. Like, that's just his freaking level of freaking intelligence is like, it's in the massive, huge ring goes around his Earth. It's there. Where? There. Freaking idiot. And Psalm's much better. Psalm's absolutely freaking roasted. And this fella, I've seen this fella, he just absolutely, he ends up just freaking freaking out because he gets freaking roasted himself.
If you ever want to know what gets on their nerves, look at whatever they do to try to get on your nerves. If you do that exact same thing back to them, they lose their mind.
Get all excited about the top left, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Are they still doing that dumb shit?
Yeah, they did that a few
I
months
saw
ago.
that the drunk chunk has been doing some kind of a membership drive or something.
He's doing
live.
the FTFE thing, yeah.
He's live now, I think. Yeah, he's live. He's live.
Help support my alcohol addiction.
Well, that's funny because Mike from Drunk Debunk Show has been sober all of this month and next month he's going to be. He's just decided just to kind of take it easy for a bit. On the other hand, I'm having a couple of beers. Fuck them all.
No thanks.
Oh, good news. That copycat actually came back to us about the debate.
Right.
So it's happening next month.
Copy's got absolutely freaking cook him.
19th.
Okay.
Going to be exciting.
Nice.
Cool. I've got one coming up Wednesday with a guy named David Leggett from Facebook. And he says, I bet you won't debate me. I said, sure, I'll do it. I'll set it up right now.
Nice.
So he agreed to it, and I set it up and already posted it on Facebook, posted it to him. That way, if he tries to welch out, he's going to look like an ass.
Cool.
But
Cool. Wednesday at what time? Your normal time?
yeah, my normal time.
Oh, I might have to look at that live.
It's, I think 6:30 your time in the morning or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, if it's the time you usually go on.
Yeah,
it's
9:30.
9:30. Well, it's 1:30 in the morning for me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Because usually when I'm doing my movies on Rumble, I see you go live on Rumble, just like when I've already started, sort of thing. So yeah, usually about that time.
Good old Rumble. I went on there a few times. I mean, it's definitely like freaking the Wild West there. Maybe after, if I get this channel up and going well enough, maybe I'll open a Rumble one just to kind of have a bit of fun, go on there. But yeah. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Well, maybe he needed to follow the same method that Amundsen and Scott did. I mean, maybe do more Amundsen, not so much Scott, because Scott found the South Pole. It didn't end very well coming back, and did it. But Amundsen, he seen that he had it figured out.
That should be interesting. This is something I've been trying to get out of these guys, is this thing about mass attracting mass. Why? Why does it do that? Just by where's it getting its energy?
Bending space-time. Have you never heard of general relativity? Enough mass, it bends space-time. All mass bends space-time depending on the mass. The more mass, the more it's bending space-time.
That's it, man. It's the glue. It's the glue, the magical glue for everything.
Like a wheel angular size change.
All right.
Thereby,
So Luca's still going on about this rear angular size change. I think he's just, kid, just let it go. Let it go.
Did you miss my example? Did you miss my example with the coffee cup? Did you miss that?
No, you didn't miss it. It was just really fucking stupid, Psalm.
I
What?
don't have to pay.
I want you to watch carefully. Watch my panel down here
It's
very
still doing
carefully.
the same
Okay.
thing again.
You see my coffee cup?
Yeah.
I'm going to move it toward you. Just that much. Okay? Did you see it change the size? It
Yes.
got bigger. Now it got smaller, didn't it? All right. Now watch here. I'm going to go way back here.
You just know this depends on the focal length of his camera, right? I mean, you know, we already have some, and that accounts for certain factors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm way back
Watch,
here.
I bet you. Watch though. I bet you he's gonna move. Before he went all the way out, arms stretched straight out, and then come all the way back to himself. Now watch, see how much he moves this time.
Now I'm going to do the same thing. Did you see it change?
Look,
I actually pushed it toward you even closer.
no, because if you look before, he had his arm fully stretched out when he was closer to the camera. This is the kind of freaking level of freaking like deception that these flerfers do. Watch.
Cup?
Yeah.
I'm going to move it toward you.
Stretched
Just
out, see that? Elbow locked. You can't even see his elbow. It's in line with his hand, right? Elbow locked out. Right? Now watch this when he does it.
Did you see
Elbow
it
not
change?
locked out.
I actually pushed it toward
Elbow
you even
still left, like,
closer. Did you
At
see
least
it?
30 degrees. Elbow all the way, see? At least 30 degrees, and then come back, and he's coming back. So before, I can see exactly what the fuck he's doing, and he's deceiving this poor kid. Before, he's doing this elbow locked all the way out, and then he's going back and then doing this. And moving it less. Because he knows, because he's freaking deceiving this kid.
Did you see it change in angular size?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
it's still changing.
I'm looking
Yes.
at it too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not seeing any change in the size of the cup.
Yeah, because he's not moving his arms enough, and what is still seeing angular size change. I can still see it, and I'm looking at a little tiny screen, like freaking like that big. So,
Now, when I'm up closer to you, it
and all
becomes
stuff with
more
focal
apparent,
lengths of
doesn't it?
cameras.
Yeah.
What's
We're the
this?
same
Locked
distance.
out? Not
That's my
locked.
point.
See,
If something's already far away,
locked
and you have a
out.
limited amount of view to it.
He's also going from far back and then doing this, and he's coming up, or he's taking up the whole entire lens of the camera. A lot fucking different. This it's just deceptive. And the thing is, the thing is, he knows it because you can tell by the fact that he wasn't moving his arm as much further back because he's trying to freaking confound the freaking variables.
To begin with, you're not going to see very much angular size change, if any, at all, as it moves out of your
The
sight.
problem is, it changes angular size way too little.
Okay, but let me show you now, Luca. This is the same video from Wolfie. Okay, same.
Wolfie, where I'm pretty sure he actually was making a different point, and Flatzoid is trying to lie about it. I might check out Wolfie's though, see if you can find this, see what he's actually talking about.
Filter, same day. Look at this. This is the same thing. I'm going to copy this and paste it. I'm going to overlay it over the next one. See, it's overlaid. Center. Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
Is the
It's
red
the
lot
same.
bigger than this yellow?
Yeah, look at that. So it's actually left to right. It's pretty much the same. Up and down, very, very tiny amount, if that. I don't even know. Oh look, really? Yeah, it's the smallest fucking amount. Like not even, maybe. So we don't know exactly when those. It could be the sunset a little bit lower, so it's just getting hitting a bit more atmosphere and it's compression up and down. Look at that. There's such a tiny amount. They're stretching just to try to get flat Earth to even from. It's stupid.
What?
Is that red
It's
circle
the same.
bigger than the yellow circle? Let's do it this way. Let's make it a.
What size of screen are you looking at, Luca?
I'm trying to show you this angular size change between the two suns.
Are you on a laptop or a tablet or what?
Yeah, laptop.
Is it? What size of screen is it?
It's pretty decent. Hold on, I'm gonna say that.
You're right up at the screen. It's not that small, to be honest. Not for
Okay,
me.
so let's quickly show you what this was 140, 1 minute 40. There we go.
Using refraction, you prove the visual illusion of the sun.
It's not all refraction.
It's not. They're both about the same elevation above the horizon, Luca.
No, I mean before.
No, this one's showing angular size change, and they're both above the horizon about the same.
That's probably it's not. You can see where there's slight differences in the exposure, like or the yeah.
Altitude.
Hold on, up there, both above the horizon.
Let me show you the change in altitude by these two.
You can see a little bit because these are side by side, but you can see how this is lower down here. But also, this brighter, you can see more here and less there. This is on dimmer on the right side, brighter on the left side, and so it's actually you're looking at a little slight difference of glare.
There's a little bit.
Which then would be down to the fact is that the camera setting may be like it may have changed the aperture just a tiny bit where it was taking slightly less bit of light. It looked like the way when he was panning back and forth, that camera is automatically adjusting, which means he didn't have it in Wolfie 6020 didn't have it in like manual mode where you can make sure to set and keep the all the settings the same, so that it was changing itself a little bit.
That's about the change in altitude. Look there. That's the change in altitude by the two. Look, that's the change in altitude. Should you see change in angular size by refraction by that little bit of altitude change?
It's different glare though. There's a lot more glare here and slightly less there. Or thereabouts. So you can see where it's just slightly different.
Well, it depends.
The answer is no, Luca. In other words, your refraction argument was just thrown down the toilet.
Yeah, poor Luca. He's just not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Because
the one's bigger than the other one, and they literally hardly are elevational changes by them. So refraction...
And hardly a difference in change in size as well.
Is not the thing changing the angular size, yeah. You're welcome.
I'll have a look.
I think at the end of the day, Luca, you should just accept your globe's nonsense, man.
Certainly is.
It's as simple as that.
Don't be afraid about not being part of the herd. Not being part of the herd is usually a good thing. The herd is usually headed toward a slaughter, okay? There's only really two things, in my opinion, that go with the flow, and that's...
I wouldn't mind getting in contact with this Luca kid and maybe having a little chat with him and maybe freaking see if we can help kind of enlighten him a bit more. So I think these guys are freaking... They're kind of poisoning the well a little bit with this kid, but...
Dead fish and...
If anybody knows this guy and wants to send him my way, I wouldn't mind having a little chat with him.
Shit.
Oh, wait, I still got a super chat. I didn't see that. Sorry, let's go up and get it. I was busy changing the...
Is it $1,000?
No, it's 5 USD, 5 Australians. The sun doesn't change size when using a solar filter. Without one, it does. I just showed 3 different examples from different people. Even Wolfie showing it does with solar filters. So, sorry, mountain biker. Thank you for your super chat, though. Appreciate the support.
Appreciate it.
Flat GPT said on here, it says, great cup solve. Now show us some actual measurements of the sun changing angular size. You want mathematics to go along with what you just witnessed? Is that what you're after? Really? Like that's going to...
Yeah, they don't like measurements, do they? Flat earthers hate measurements because they know either they can't do it or they know if they do try and measure anything to do with the shape of the earth or anything, it falsifies their narrative.
Create anything, so if I tell it to you what you saw in numbers, that's going to somehow change the fact that it did change. What the fuck?
quantifies it to show if it actually fits reality, or if it fits the globe or the on the predictions of the globe or predictions of the flat Earth.
What's wrong with you?
So I'll be over with a tape measure in a minute, so we can
okay.
measure this out. Yeah.
Wow.
Funny.
The big thing is, okay, let's just say, okay, those two ones from Wolfie 6020 changed. Does it fit to the flat Earth model, or does it, or even the other ones? Let's see what Keith showed. Does it fit the flat Earth model, or does it conform to the globe? What's the prediction for the globe, including refraction? What's the prediction for the flat Earth, including the refraction? Let's compare apples to apples. What's the difference? The thing is, the flat Earth can, for what most of flat Earth, 99% of flat Earth, goes with the sun's above like a Gleason's map and floating above and spinning around, for it to go dark. What they claim is that it goes so far away we can't see it, which means it has to go to a very pinpoint and then kind of get that far away that it's just we can't resolve it anymore, and the light can't reach us, which I've already proved can't work, because flat earthers claim the sun is about 3,000 miles above the Earth, and even with me using a spotlight, I could see, and using my round table and doing it to scale, it still doesn't work that way. And in fact, I even went outside and even did the same sort of thing with a street light, and when I was about 3 or 5 times further away than with the sun, so I could see the outer lands, so some earthers claim, I could still see the sun and stuff from where I was standing. Even if it was in darkness, I could still see it. Now, if I step outside right now, I can't see the sun. I'm in dark, and I can't see the sun. I can't see the glow. I can't see nothing, right? But if I was north of 60, like I said, I was in, let's see, Tromsø of Norway, I'd be able to see the sun right now, because they're getting 24-hour sun.
Since y'all seem to think that you can tell the size of shit by looking at a picture of it or looking at it through a telescope, why don't you just go ahead and rewind back and look at the screen and do your calculations and figure it out yourself? How about that?
Good.
Well, let's say doing a screen, you absolute freaking little bell end. What it's saying is go out and freaking measure it. Go out, take measurements. They say set, maybe they say pixel size, whatever. Set your camera so that it's all manual, so that everything's all locked in. Have your filter. Then set how big it is. You may have a grid or something like that. This is what I did when I did my sun things, is I had used the same camera, had it in manual mode. I set a grid on it so that way I could measure it, and then I went out and I did every single often, use the exact same camera, the exact same setting, exact same focal length with the exact same filter, and did it through the whole day. And then I looked at it, and you can see where it never changed angular size. Right from nearly where I could just see it just come above, because I live in the city, so I had just above the houses where I could see it all the way through the whole day, went until just where it's just above the roofs of the other houses. Now, even then, the sun should have on a flat Earth. The prediction is flat Earth, it should have been smaller, just above the houses, a lot smaller. Should come over my head. I should have seen it get bigger, 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 get to its maximum size over my head, because when about noon, and then as it went on through the day, it should have got smaller, smaller, smaller. Now, maybe I couldn't have seen it get to the smallest part where it went away, but I should have seen, looking at the pictures, I should have seen it go bigger and then smaller. It never did that. It stayed the exact same angular size, and I even had the grid, so I was measuring it. I was like side to side, up and down, and it never changed.
Yeah.
I have a video showing this somewhere. I think I'm pretty sure I have a video showing this. If not, well, if I don't have a video on here, I have a video on my TikTok, which I can bring over. So I drive this point home. I'm pretty sure I brought it over here. Just let me see here, because I might have. If not, then that's I'll post that video. If I don't have that here, I'll post that video up. Oh, where did it go? Let's see if I have it here. I've moved a lot of my videos over, but or like copied. Sun and moon. Let's see here. Let's see. Just give me a second here. I don't know if I have it here. I don't know if this is it or not. I don't think so. No, it's not it. It's large bodies of water. It's a different one. I'll have to get that that one where I did the measurements. I'm not seeing it here. It jumps up to the top. Two seconds, just gonna have another quick look here. Yeah, I don't know if I have it here. No, I don't. Alright, I'll have to watch a video. I'll post that up. I'll find that on my other channel. I'll post that up. So.
And I shouldn't have to tell you the distance. You should be able to magically know that.
Or I don't think that's a good comparison either. The sun and the coffee cup. No.
I swear to God, these little
coffee cup caustic. He's talking about coffee cup caustic, which is a little bullshit and easily debunked. So.
It's such a sea of stupidity.
I think that's what he's talking about.
Such a sea of stupidity out there. Really gets to my nerves after a while, man.
Sam, you are the sea of stupidity. You're fucking right in there with it, drowning in it.
It's like talking to little children.
Ticey Tiger is like, the moon debunks that claim. A full moon has multitudes less lux than a setting sun, but on flat Earth, the moon can be further away yet still seen. Oh yeah, it's true. Well, as I've said, like flat earthers, when they try to claim the whole thing is too far away that we can't see it, then I ask them how far is the stars compared to the moon or the sun, which they normally say the stars are further, and go, well, how come I can see the stars? You see the firmaments above us, which like the peak, I can see the North Star, but I can also see the stars on the other side of the North Star, so I can see them on this side, closer to me, because you think they're closer, How can I see the other stars that are further, and I can even see them further down to a certain point? Why is it that from where I am, which I'm at 53 degrees latitude, can I see stars that are on the other side of the firmament of the moon to a certain point until we hit the horizon? If they're further away, but I can't see the sun, which is closer, bigger, and brighter. Why can't I see the sun, but I can see stars which are dimmer and further away? And I've never had an answer yet. They just don't seem to be an answer to that.
What's your size?
Do you not have the ability to think? Is there something wrong with your noodle, man, that you can't process information and think logically on your own? You have to be told stuff, spoon-fed by some perceived authoritative figure? Is that what you got going on?
See, flerfs always think that everybody who believes in the globe only relies on information. Everything there. Onto water now. That we're told, right? They can't go out and prove stuff. The only thing is, I myself, I have very limited resources. Really, like I don't have a really high powerful camera. I have some telescopes, which I can go out and do stuff, and I plan on doing that some more. But even then, just the most basic things, right? I've gone out and downloaded an app, like a theodolite app, that can measure angles using my camera, and I can prove that the horizon dips below my eye level, right? Looking far off, and just using Google Earth and just using a simple app, I can prove that the horizon dips to below eye level, and even really stuff far off that are higher altitude are really far off. I can see where they're below my eye level. Now, why is that, right? Now I can tell you why that is. It's like, well, if it's a flat Earth, you see, okay, I'm going to test both models, right? If the Earth is flat, then way off in the distance, that hill should be above my eye level, right? The hill over there, I'm at 20 feet in elevation from sea level. That hill over there is 200 feet. It should be high up, right? Even when I think of like convergence and stuff like that, what they always say are clip that Psalm rant. Yeah, I might clip it later. But even if like you see far off, everything should converge to, like they always say, like what, perception, right? Everything comes to eye level, right? So if that case, then a hill 200 miles off should be above my high level. If I look straight on and I'm using an app, which then I know my phone is at my highs, and it tells me if I'm pitched up, pitched down, or if I'm even, then it has a line across it. And if I can see that line, and that line shows it below. Now, if the Earth is flat, that line should bisect that, and the peak should be higher than that to a good point. If the Earth is a globe, then that peak at a certain distance should start dropping off, and it will probably be below, or I'm going to bisect at the very top. Let's say it's 200 feet up, and I'm 20 feet up. Then, depending on how far away it is. Now, it's easy to find that. You can look at Google Maps. You can find, you can use different apps. You can find where they are. I've done this exact same thing, and I found that at distances, things are dropping off, right? I had I was standing somewhere where I was at 20 feet across a large waterway. There was a wind turbine. The altitude of the line the wind turbine was actually 2 feet higher than me. But when I looked at my app, in my thing, I was bisecting higher up on the wind turbine near the top. Which then, in that case, how come I'm looking at bisecting eye level is something that's like 100 feet, like 70 feet up, and I'm looking near the top, when I should actually be hitting the very base, in fact, a little bit lower. Why is that? Well, easy. The Earth is curved, and it's curving down away from me, right? So, flat Earth falsified, globe verified. Obviously, sunset, sunrise, moon set me on the moon, things like that. Celestial the star trails, northern, southern star trails. That was easy. I looked at star trails myself, used my phone. Then I actually went on the TikTok. I actually chatted with some guy who's in Australia. He was doing observations. I chatted with him and watched as he showed me the southern star trails. And I was like, well, hold on, wait a minute. They're going the opposite. They're going clockwise, and mine are going counterclockwise. Oh, what model works for that? Well, let's see if the globe works for that, but the flat Earth, that can't happen. The flat Earth, they'd be going sideways away from across from me. That doesn't work. So simple things are easy to verify and falsify the flat Earth. But flat Earthers never want to do this shit, do they?
That makes you no better than a farm animal.
Bit of a rant.
But anyway, guys, I think this was a good stream. We went on nice and long tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We started touching on the actual topic in the beginning, but I think it got to an important discussion through that, and then it also showed some character of Globies afterwards. So
and
it was a good stream.
Maybe another stream can be about us.
Okay.
About us?
Look, I'm gonna send you a video. I want you to explain this to me.
Stream, please.
What?
I'd like to have a debate with you, Flatzoid.
About?
Really? Dude, don't. Yeah, I just don't think he's I just don't think this kid's up to the task. I think Flatzoid has at least got, well, his his IQ's at least that, is, I don't know, what, 50, 60. Unfortunately, I just don't think this kid's quite up to that task. But hey, could be wrong. Maybe he's like Savoy or something like that. Who knows, right?
Well, about what
A savant,
you said,
sorry. A Savoy savant. Fuck. She'll make herself look like an idiot, aren't I? Maybe he's a savant. Yeah, maybe he's like,
about there's the focal length.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
To me, they're the same size. The different focal lengths are the same.
Oh, the video he was looking at.
I can't see
Focal
any
length is the same. Yes, they use the same filter, the same
Camera.
same lens. Of course, the focal length is the same. The angular size of the sun's different.
No, he's talking about the video he was looking at earlier, Flats. Remember?
Well, I showed 4 different videos, and all 4 different videos show the same.
No. Before we started,
With Sean Hawkins with the.
Oh, that.
Nah, yeah.
There's nothing to debate. It's different.
What? No. Look at them.
The lines
They're the
don't
same.
line up, Luca.
They're exactly the same. What do you?
Where's the lines lining up? Show the bottom. Where's the line lining up? Touches the one on the top, doesn't touch the other one on the top. Look at the bottom. Go to their foundations, Luca. Foundation. No, the foundation. Look there. You see that green line? That's one of them. Red line, one of them. Blue line, other one. They don't all line up, Luca.
That's a problem.
Uh-oh. Yeah. There you go. You just got debunked.
Debate over.
I just don't think Luca's up to the task.
Nope. Hey, Luca, the sun and your model, they claim that it's not in the position when you see it. It's not even.
If you debate how you bet, then.
What they claim, and I know he's gonna fuck this up, is that at sunset, if you have enough atmospheric refraction, that as the sun sets, you'll notice that before you see it set, it seems to take about a few minutes longer, and that's down to atmospheric refraction. As the sun is actually going below the horizon, but because of the refraction, it's causing the rise up a bit, and so that's where you see it start getting squashed near the end. Where like where I showed mine, where you see it squashed down, and then you see where it's like there. It's actually set below, but it's still being pulled up a little bit due to the refraction over top where it was. Now I was up quite a ways. I was up way up on a hill, and so you can look over top of the city, and then over the sea. But that's what they really mean, is that the fact is atmospheric refraction kind of affects the sunset as it gets down to a certain point. I think they said 5 minutes longer. You still see the sun 5 minutes actually after it's actually set, but it will look a bit squashed, and because you're getting distortion due to the atmosphere.
Don't bother. Don't bother.
You should stop watching Andrew Johnston's nonsense.
Yeah.
The guy's a moron.
I'm not.
That's
Who's
from
Andrew
Andrew Johnston.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I didn't know what it was. Just that it looked all the same size.
Yeah, it's because you guys can't see. I don't.
And Luca, is there any way you can contact this kid? He's fucking hanging out with the freaking wrong toxic crowd. I mean, he's a knobhead. He's a knobhead. He's a fucking massive knobhead. And he's probably a knobhead. I don't know who this is, but he's probably a fucking knobhead too.
I don't know. You guys blind or something? You don't know how to see things that are different?
But what about these ones on the top? They're all the same.
Again, it's about the bottom, Luca.
You agree that the bottom ones are out of line, but the ones on the top are all the same.
Yeah. That the ones on the
There you
top.
go.
If I had to line them at the bottom, they would be off at the top. If I had to line them at the top, they'd be off at the bottom. Do you understand the problem here, Luca? The focal length changes the depth of field, which makes the angular size different, Luca. Why do you think
Top to bottom,
why do you think you stand in front of someone with a 70 mil, their face is going to look all round, but if you take a 50 mil, it's going to look more
These two-
elongated?
These two are
Because
the
of
same.
focal length,
This
Luca.
one's a bit off.
He's
No,
not
they're all
listening.
off, dude.
He's
Look
not
at
even
it.
listening.
Look at it again. They're a
Two
little
of
off
them
from
are
each
the
other.
same. One of them is off.
I've got something to show you, Luca. A short. It's a quick short that I have on my channel, showing the different focal lengths and how it appears to make things
It's a
look
short
different.
shot. It's a short then.
It's a short.
Nice.
Oh man, I don't know why I keep on having to bring this up for people.
Oh, this should be good. We'll check this out. There's something else I can debunk.
You're taking a lot of vowels, Luca.
Okay, Luca.
Huh?
There we go. Okay. 17 millimeters. See how he looks. Okay.
A Instagram reel showing off the different focal lengths from like 17 millimeters all the way up to
See
180.
that?
A Instagram reel showing off the different focal lengths from like 17 millimeters all the way up to 180. A Instagram reel showing off the different focal
See the
lengths
difference?
from
Yeah, that kind of falsifies all the flat earthers claiming about all the different claims about pictures from space, of the globe, because they wonder how come you can only see part of North America and stuff like that. Focal length. Right, so he's actually helped prove the whole point we're always talking about when it comes to different pictures of the globe from satellites and stuff like that, depending on the distance and the focal length. So thanks Flatzoid, you actually helped prove the claims that are made by people that debunk the globe. You actually showed what we're talking about with focal lengths. Thanks.
like 17 millimeters.
Yeah. So when they're talking about stuff like the blue marble or something like that, ooh, I wanted. Can't type tonight. Let's switch it over there. Okay. So, flat earthers always go on about this shit, right? And on the image, let's go on images. All right. So they go on like stuff like the blue marble, right? And they say, why is it that we can only see Africa here? Focal length. And it could so because see why is you can only see this, but then you got other ones. Or they'll go on like about like this picture here. Why is it we can only see North America? Once you get a focal length, that actually may be a real picture. Oh dear. I'm looking for it. There you are. Was it looking at Earth from 100 miles to 100 million miles, right? Here's some of the earlier pictures here. 1946 photo from space. That's when they set up a V2 rocket. So image of an explorer. Like here's one here. See this one here? 1972 blue marble, right? Africa, right there. But this one here, Earthrise 2.0 lunar reconnaissance orbiter. Here's Africa here. Well, what's the difference? Like, if you look at that, go, hold on, wait a minute. Why is it that there's so much, right? Same thing. Why does Africa look smaller? Focal length. Different on camera, different focal length. This is obviously a lunar orbiter, so this is 250,000 miles away. Not so much. That looks, a bit of a look here, but it's called Earthrise, and I think so. They're getting it from the distance there. Then you have this guy here. Moon crosses the Earth. This is from the Epic Discover, and this is eclipse across America. So you can see where it had the 1972 eclipse going across America from here to here. There it is, the moon. So how can you see all of America there, and South America, and the States there? But some of the other ones further up, you can only see just North America, right? Well, why is that? Well, that's easy. It's you see something like this one here. You only see just North America. It's just different focal lengths, right? So, thanks, Flatzoid. You actually proved our point. I appreciate it. I love it when flat earthers debunk themselves and help prove our points.
It's all the way up to 180.
Let's pause it right there. 17 mil, 180 mil. They're exactly the same distance away.
Mm-hmm. Focal length makes them look different, doesn't it?
Completely.
Look how short it is in the 17
Just like what we say about the pictures of the Earth. Holy shit.
mil compared to the 180 mil. The feet are the same. Head is different. Get it? Focal length changes your infinity plane. It changes your angular size. It changes the compression value.
Right.
And I doubt that's actually I doubt that's the same distance though. Why I say that's because look, he's the same size there. Because I'm pretty sure if we look at that focal length, if I'm using that, let me see here. You can use my camera here. I'm going to take a picture of my water bottle here. Just beside me, right? So this is one focal length, right? It'll hold the exact same place. So I'm at 23 millimeters. Alright, so maybe I'm wrong. All right, there we are. Okay, so this year I'm a little bit confused with Keith is going at, right? So I'm going to show you something here. Switch this over. Okay, main camera. Now here's a picture I took of my room, right? Now, hard to see, but that says 13 millimeters focal length, right? Here's the same place I didn't move. I just took this picture again of a plant, right? You can see the plant off there in the distance. It's like kind of hard to see, but there's a plant back in there, right? In the window. I'll go here, same plant, 115 millimeter focal length. So why is it that I've changed the focal length? And obviously this distance. That plant isn't the same size, right? The plant is always there, right there, tiny bit here. If I go there, different focal length. Can I change the focal length just by without changing the zoom? Let's just see here. I take a picture of my camera of my laptop. Let's take a picture of my the rest of the room. 23 millimeters. 23 millimeters. So I haven't changed that, but if we do in, so him claiming that these are the same place, I have a hard time believing this. This isn't the same place. What they've done is he stayed in the same place. The person who would have had to move, right? So maybe he can stay in the same place, but you have to have folk like, yeah. And even then, I seriously doubt it. And why I doubt it is you look at the trees behind him here. I'll you got the soft clip? Nice. This isn't the same place. And why I say that is from look at the ground at his feet. Look at the ground at the feet here. Where this is here, where is that here? It's not there. Then the trees, right? The tree here, right? There's a tree, a big gap, and a few trees, right? But there's nothing beside him here. But here, there's a lot more trees behind him, and then there's something right over his shoulder here and over his shoulder here. So this isn't the same place. Somebody's took different pictures of the same person. Obviously, they've put it side by side, but this isn't the same place, right? They're looking at just one. They're closer up, and here they're further away, and then they've zoomed in. So Keith once again is lying again. This isn't the same place. The background, the ground, it's all different.
I'm off.
Why Dave McKeegan shows angular
Keith
size. It changes the compression value. Size. Change short it is in the 17 mil compared to the 180 mil.
Completely.
Just pause it right there. 17 mil, 180 mil. They're exactly the same distance away.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not the same distance away. I've proved that they're not the same distance away. I've used the camera, just used the camera myself on live stream, and they're not the same distance away.
Focal length makes them look different, doesn't it?
Completely.
Yeah.
Look how short it is in the 17 mil compared to the 180 mil. The feet are the same. Head is different. Get it? Focal length changes your infinity plane. It changes your angular size. It changes the compression value.
This has nothing to do with this. This is the fact that he's got light behind him here, so you're changing. That's why you can't see as much there. Let's see here. Light behind, so he's changing the aperture. So he's darkening this up because he's got more light coming in. You see here, less light, so it's able to take in more light coming off of the character because it's not having to compensate for too much light. It's not being what do you call it? Shadow is not. It's not. It's what is the word? Yeah, I mean where you silhouetted. He's being silhouetted here a bit, and here because there's less behind it. It's not as bright. You're not getting silhouetted. So this is down to different locations and having too much light coming. So he's being silhouetted. That's why you're seeing. If you look at it though, the head is the same height. Like this, it's all the same height. You're just seeing more here because he's not being silhouetted by having too much light behind him.
Right. I'm off.
Hence, why Dave McKeegan showed himself to be a moron when he gave me that challenge, and I showed yes, there were changes. I literally got 3 out of 4 correct.
I fucking highly doubt that. Dave McKeegan, he's miles ahead of freaking Keith when it comes to photography.
Which he said I wouldn't even be able to see any difference.
Right. I'm off, guys. I've got to get ready.
Cheers, yeah, I'm also off now anyway. I'm like an hour over anyway.
Uh-oh.
Hour and 15
Hour and
minutes
11
over.
minutes, actually.
Later,
Yeah.
PJ.
Guys, let's
Right, so I'll check out that solve rant later on there. Yeah, I'll check out the solve rant later on. Now there's something I know I've been covering a lot of Mikey Smith lately, and he did a live stream the other day. I know I just wanted to address a couple of things real quick here. I'm not going to do a full one. I know I do quite a bit of him. I do find some of the stuff he's interesting. He had a little debate with Brenda the other day, which was interesting within itself. But now it's Mikey.
I can say the exact same thing to you. The exact same thing. You're misunderstanding how airplanes work. You're misunderstanding that there is no airplanes understanding how gravity doesn't work. You're wrong. You're wrong. Nope. I'll just be Mattoon.
Now I wanted to see something here. Mikey put up
here
and
just
he put up some of his moon observations, which I'm wanting Mikey to do something like that for ages. So let's go see if we can check them out here.
Then there is giggling. So let's bring them. And I will get with the chat in just a minute, just in case somebody tries to give me shit about not knowing how to run my own YouTube channel. All right, we've got Sandro. We've got Ryan. What's happening? We got the Jolly Man. We got Tarrant. We've got, oh my God, I got to redo this. Okay, 25. So we've got Big Back. I Stand, I guess. ZH Kane, JFK, Big Back, Dr. Evils, and yes. Yeah, Sam said you heard voices from the moon. I'm not trying to hoax anything whatsoever. I need somebody with like video editing skills, a radio broadcaster to analyze my footage of this moon, because you will hear it. Let me make sure the volume is up even on my computer. Yeah, and YouTube's volume is up, so let's get to the video. We will play it through, and again, in the title it shows from about 3 minutes and 22 seconds on, there is laughing and someone talking, and there is kind of a pause. So it's very, very interesting, folks. And you can hear the buzzing of the mosquitoes, and that's about it, because there is nothing else happening. And my car is running at the time, so you'll hear my engine.
So you hear a lot of birds and stuff there. He's going on about this one about some sort of voice, but there's quite a bit of wildlife going here. Like, so.
Good day, good day, good day. We're just filming the moon here. Hopefully the channel is still going tomorrow, and I'll post this video up. It's currently Monday evening.
Now, I have to say, that's half decent footage. You know, using he's using a P900, isn't he? I'm curious. I just want to see. I'll watch a little bit more, and I'm going to see. I just want to compare. Be interesting comparing. Compare a P900 compared to what I have. Hey, Crazy Razy. Yeah, well, I don't know. Some of the mosquitoes in freaking Alberta and freaking Saskatchewan, they're pretty freaking big. So maybe get close to your microphone, maybe you hear them.
A little blunt.
They sound like freaking like crotch rocket motorbikes.
On YouTube, stating the facts and the actual truth.
I know, yeah, you've never heard of mosquito. No. The ones in Alberta and Canada and Saskatchewan stuff like that, they're big. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen one carrying a bird off once.
For those of you trying to gain employment or retirement from YouTube funds, I wish you luck. Someday you'll come to terms and actually talk about the real truth. And get out and do some fucking experiments. Instead of wasting my time. So yeah. Fucking damn mosquitoes. So yeah, just like every other moon footage, it's basically the same.
I mean, this is pretty good footage to see the Terminator line there, and how come it's dark in here, but it's light there. That's because the sun's coming from this side and it's hitting, but the curvature of the moon's blocking it here and it's hitting there. This is a good, you know, he's showing, and then why is it that this is lit here, but it's like dark right there. This is all good footage to show that the moon is a yeah. Yeah. They're pretty big freaking mosquitoes in Alberta and Canada and stuff like that. Especially if you got the wetlands and stuff like that. Yeah, they're nasty buggers. I think the one thing about the UK is especially where I live, you get the odd mosquito very rarely. But yeah, in Canada, man, this time of year, if you're out, especially what he's doing, you better be having some bug spray on you. Like have something with DEET in it. You need to have DEET because it'll help repel the mosquitoes, or else, man, you come back eaten alive, just full of mosquito bites. Especially on a night like this. Oh, brutal.
Recorded this once before this.
Been there, done that.
Hook, whatever that looks like, or whatever the deal is there on the moon.
Crater.
Freaking mosquitoes. It'd be a nice night to shoot the laser at the moon, but
Here's little handheld lasers that gonna hit the moon. It's gonna diverge way and not be powerful enough to get that far, and the divergence to be so brutal. This ain't even worth it. Well, imagine rice fields, yeah, in Arkansas. Oh, imagine. Oof.
Okay, guys, I'm going to warn you right now. I would highly recommend cranking your volumes. It will not be hard to miss. You will notice a conversation happening from time to time for the next 25 seconds or so, 20 seconds.
That's where Mikey thinks he hears voices. let's say something. Yeah, let me just this for you. If anybody wants to actually hear it, let's just slow it down a little bit. We'll go to normal speed just for this section here. Here.
So yeah.
So you guys are listening.
I mean, there's a lot of background noise there. There's different birds. You hear different animals. There's be crickets, there'd be frogs, there'd be obviously mosquitoes, different bugs and stuff like that. So, yeah.
To what I'm listening to, we will put the closed captioning on, and you will notice that the see, you can see that the word reception comes up in the translation there, because it sounds like somebody is.
Well, he does know that Google trying like the closed captions isn't always 100%. I've seen loads of times where somebody says something and you can hear that it's a completely different word, but Google these things come up different. So a lot of times if you want to actually have accurate closed caption, you need to go over your video, go over what is said, and then you can actually correct the words, because sometimes doesn't always pick up them perfectly. It's okay, but there's times that you can tell that if you got a bit of an accent or stuff like that, or just say a word a certain way, it won't always pick up the correct word.
Standing right beside me, and so we.
I wouldn't say it's beside him. That sounds more like it's kind of.
Where was that one there?
Now, really, what I wanted to do, and I'm not going to have time to cover him talking to Brenda, but what I wanted to see and show is here's a little stuff there about that. So I'm just going to. Right, so that's not what I wanted. I wanted to, yeah, oh, could do that, I suppose. So his shots is at P1000 is 900, and this is the shots I've had with my telescope. Now, I like to see what Mikey, because Mikey doesn't think that's very good. So I want to see what he thinks is good. But here's what I have. I've had recently. This is from March 11th of this year. Oh, it's not showing up on that. Okay, hold on here. Let me change that. There we are. Now, while I'm bringing that up, I want to do. It looks like fairly similar one that Mikey's got there. So. I just want to back up a bit. Now, I'm more, because I know he thinks he's got something like. There we are.
So you.
It is overexposed quite a bit. That isn't his. I give him a chance.
Will not be hard.
That little hook, whatever that looks like, or whatever the deal is there on the moon.
Can't seem to keep that thing steady, can you? There we are. That's close. That is a typo creator he's got there. So, yeah. So let's just see. This is Mikey. He thinks he's getting good observations, and this is the stuff that I'm putting out right now. This is pre-processed, so this is without me cleaning it up. This is strictly from this is stacked from my telescope that I use. Now, Mikey seems to think that his isn't as good. Like my telescope is as good as binoculars, but this is the kind of stuff I put out. Now, if I really wanted to get OCD, that's not it. Close that for now. Try to see if I can find ones that are actually just bear with me for a second. I just want to look and see if I can find the ones that's the same sort of portion of the moon. Just give me a second here. Right, so if I bring that one up, if we do this, so here's one, oh crap. Some of the better ones, but it's okay. This is from July 8th, 2025. Now remember, Mikey thinks that his observations are like top notch, so. But I also like to point out the fact that if you look at the color of his moon, it's quite orange, right? This would, I would say, indicates that he's quite low on the horizon, a bit lower down. So you're looking through a little bit more atmosphere, and you're going to get this color, this orange color. And if you look at my previous one I did with my 70 by 700 millimeter telescope that I did last week, a couple weeks ago, that was really low on the horizon. I showed you it was like between two houses, like just above. I could see it, and it was like really orange. And that I just left it. I could have corrected the color I wanted to keep it the same because I want to I like the color and there's something different. But this is one where is a lot more higher up, so I'm getting less atmospheric distortion. And but what I would say with Mikey's here is if you look at his, and I'm going to see if we can get to that in a second here. Where you're seeing mine there, he's got Tycho Crater there, so you can see if you look at like this these guys here, right? These two guys here, right? So the big one there, there, and there. Well, I have those in my observation. Not that guy there. The other one. Excuse me for a second. Just gonna get the right one up. Right, where did you do? Oh, I was right. Hold on a minute here. I don't know what's going on here, why this is doing this, but it's not letting me bring it up. I just gotta bring it back up again. No. There we are. So those ones I was talking about with Mikey. Go back onto this here. So Tycho Crater should be in here.
Oh, be a nice night.
That means it'll go full screen with that. This kind of goofs things up a bit for me. See, Tycho should be in there. I know if you can't probably see it.
Yeah, just like every.
You see a mouse? There it is. All right.
Fucking damn mosquitoes. So yeah.
There we are. So you got that one there, that one there. Tycho should be in there. But here you can see that let me actually click on it. Is it? Oh, don't do that to me. Oh, what are you doing? So see here you can see the three, they're right there, the bottom there. And the one he was talking about, you see the other one, you see the crescent thing there? He has that in his observation as well. So you'll see he refers to this ridge here. But yeah, that's the we have that one turned a little bit actually, but there we are. My point I'm getting at here is this is like what he's putting out for quality is what Mikey is putting out. That's what I put out this one here, right? This is what my final stuff I put out. And this is what Mikey thinks is like high quality, good observations. Well, actually, he thinks these aren't very good. He's probably using superior optics here, but
just like every other moon footage, it's basically the same.
you see, it's not on like you should have it where it's on a manual. You can have the whole thing on manual, so you can control the aperture, the exposure, and the focus. And you wouldn't get stuff like this where he's going over. So I can go over with mine, and I don't get that because I control for my exposure.
I think I recorded this once before this. That little hook, whatever that looks like, or whatever the deal is there on the moon.
And that's a ridge. You see how the ridge is there? Oh.
Freaking mosquitoes.
It zooms out a bit more, then it's able to adjust a bit better, but you know, it's focused in, right? So there's that ridge I was telling you about. And when I was looking at showing you with mine, which that's the same ridge she was talking about right there. So this is pre-processed, and then I can go to you know, you get a lot more detail in the image and stuff. That's just where I've just cleaned it up. You've kind of, you know, you account for the noise, for different stuff like that. So even then, this is still a little bit overexposed. I would like that a little bit more cleaner. I think that's why I'm getting better with doing my astrophotography and the processing, where I probably would bring this down a little bit. The gamma and the gain, just to kind of so you get more detail in this area here, where it's just a big white blotch. I might lose a little bit over here, but all in all, you get like I think you get a nice picture. So. I'm pretty sure I've actually have done that. Just looking for my here. So checking here. So I'm just looking at what Mike is looking at, see if I can kind of replicate it. I don't think they're quite the same. Sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted here for a second. Just hold on. Just bear with me. Oh yeah, I see what I'm after. Oh right. Ah, that's not right. Okay. I'll kind of show you what I mean when I was talking about the just being overexposed a bit. If I go on to it's not coming up on here. So I can bring this observation up here. So this one I was talking about here, in which bring it down a little bit, you can change it, you can get a lot more detail out of it. But yeah, so all right, so yeah, where I'm going with all this, and I do actually have a where I'm going with this, is that Mr. Mikey Smith isn't doing the observations he thinks he's doing. That's not it. There we are. All right.
It'd be a nice night to shoot the.
Don't get me wrong, a DLSR, P900s, P1000s, they're okay cameras, but you just know how to know how to use them, right?
Laser at the moon, but
And a good mount would be good too.
okay, guys, I'm going to warn you right now. I would highly recommend cranking your volumes. It will not be hard to miss. You will notice a conversation happening from time to time for the next 25 seconds or so, 20 seconds.
I still think that's some sort of bird or something like that, but or bug.
So yeah. On, and you will notice that the
He needs to calm down with his freaking movements of his freaking optics. He needs to like kind of get, like, I usually find like a position where I want, let it sit, and then let it kind of like sit, so I'm let it focus in, and then also get it where I suppose I'm doing it where I'm trying to get a long exposure, and I'm trying to stack it, so a bit different.
see, you can see that the word reception comes up in the.
I mean, that could be, he's moving this around. It could be the fact of his freaking something in his mount too, right? So
the translation there, because it sounds like somebody is standing right beside me. And so we've got.
Oh, it could be his tripod.
Or was that one there?
He's just come through his reception because it sounds kind of close.
Yes, this is. I'm the only one who actually produces their own content. So yeah, this is my video.
That's a lie because, well, I just showed you a bunch of my content. So lots of people are doing it. Astronomy Me Live, Astro Biscuit, loads of people are doing content. Exact same stuff Mikey's doing, just those people, including myself, have an idea what they're doing. Some more than others. Some, definitely more than me. Astro Biscuit is like, he's doing some fantastic observations. Astronomy Live's got a phenomenal telescope, and he knows a lot. So, but I don't put myself at their level. They're like a lot better than I am. But no, there's people out there doing the observations. MC Tunes out there with his P1000 doing these observations as well, and debunking the flat Earth and false and confirming the globe.
Where was that other one there? Sandro, good to see you there. Flat Earth Fokker, where did that go? Yes, I knew Flat Earth Fokker, if that's what the question was.
I believe Flat Earth Fokker, I'm thinking who it is. He ended up passing away because he had some substance abuse problems.
Yeah. Yeah, have a good one.
So again, yeah, hopefully you guys were hearing that. I will show you guys, because that's what I do. I show you the facts. Oops, let's bring this up, and I will, strongman. We'll show you. Of course, I did hospital, because that should not,
oh yeah,
to anybody. Anybody.
Just one thing real quick here that Mikey shows, kind of concerning.
The reason why I'm doing it now is because I got protection underneath my feet because of the amount of snow here. So because
yeah, see, watch him, he walks out in the snow.
Take my sandals off, obviously, and walk
sandals
through the snow.
Ugh.
Just to show you that the doctors are very confused about my feet because I have no feeling whatsoever in my feet.
Oh no, they're not confused. You know what's going on. It's called necrotitis, in which is dying. You got no circulation, and the skin is dying, so you got no feeling.
I've had this for many years, and so yeah.
This is what happens when you have no control of your diabetes. Now you think, oh, it looks cool, but
the reason why I'm doing it now is because I got protection underneath my feet because of the amount of snow here. So there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches of snow here, and I don't seem to be affected by it. So eventually, over time, if I stood out here, we would probably.
People do not do this. You can do it quickly, but don't be doing what he does. Like, don't listen to Mikey.
You do permanent damage. I would probably.
Hold on here.
Eventually, over time, if I stood out here, we would probably do permanent damage.
Yes, you'd have severe frostbite, and you could actually end up being going into where you can start killing the tissue. The tissue would freeze that much that it can start going black.
I would probably. Who knows what? I have no idea. I got no circulation to my feet anyway, so.
And that's even worse. Because you have such a lack of circulation, that you're going to get frostbite even quicker because the temperature that skin is going to die faster. It's going to start freezing, right? If you have high circulation, you have the high blood flow, and the blood's going to go. It's going to keep that tissue warm and keep it alive. Because he's got such bad circulation, you can't feel it. This is actually a really bad situation. This should not be what he should be doing at all. He should actually be walking out and making sure his feet are covered. Because he can't feel the cold, he can easily start getting frostbite on his feet, in which case then, if it gets bad enough, then you start getting cellular death, and the tissue starts dying, and then the only way to really do anything about it, and I've seen people get severe frostbite that much when they get things, like the toes go black, you gotta chop them off, that's it, like the tissue's dead. I mean, Mikey's actually a highly more susceptible to that because he has such bad circulation to his feet.
Doesn't matter at this point. Like I've said in the past, I went to the hospital a couple of years ago to do a nerve test on the equipment at the hospital, and my feet did not even register on the equipment. They had the machine maxed out for sensitivity or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, so I could, I don't know, stay out here for a while. It's kind of fun, but so yeah, I didn't want. There's a better video, but anyways, yeah, feels good on the feet. Anyways, well, the coolness, I can feel cool. Like my feet eventually start to cool down, but they're not. Like I'm not panicking right now, obviously, or else I would be running for the door. But yeah, hopefully this video worked this time for not going to shorts.
That's, yeah, that you really should be careful doing that because he's going to end up getting himself a lot of trouble. Where you can, like, if he gets the temperature that much, that too low, then that skin's going to freeze, and then you don't have the circulation to warm it back up. Unless it's going in and sticking it somewhere where you can bring that temperature back up with that tissue, then you can you can still be getting frostbite even going inside of it because you're just not getting that that tissue isn't getting fed the warmth and the blood flow that it's going to start dying.
Yeah, and I generally wear sandals throughout the winter.
And the fact he's gone to the hospital and the machine couldn't even, like, it had it turned up all the way and he couldn't feel it. That's like, I knew he was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad. Like, holy shit.
Winter months.
This
yeah.
And this would have been months ago because it's obviously, look at all the snow, right? So shit.
Already got Doc.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do some thinking. What's going on? We got Dr. Evil.
Yeah. I generally.
Alrighty, guys. So, what do you guys do in the winter? Do you walk around in your bare feet?
Fuck no shit, no. I've had my feet cold, frozen. I've been out winter camping in the middle of, like, winter out in the middle of the Rocky Mountains, and I've had my feet get pretty cold. We had a winter storm roll in. Weren't quite prepared for it. All I had was just, like, some rubber boots and, like, stuff more for, like, fall. Like, I was ready for wet, not ready for freezing cold. We had, like, a dump of, like, 2-3 feet of snow in the middle of overnight. So, and I was freaking cold, and my feet got frozen like cold. Like, I had to put my socks on the heater. Luckily, we were in, like, a heated tent trailer that I could warm up, because screw that shit. No.
What's going on? We got Dr. E.
Because, look, I tell you what, like, if your feet get to that point where you're, like, you start having problems, then, like, it affects your life so bad, right? If you don't take care of your feet, then so you can't walk places, then, you know, your quality of life goes downhill really, really quick.
Evils, maybe he knows what's wrong with my feet. We got a doctor in the house.
Yeah, it's called uncontrolled diabetes.
At some point, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. So I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I think I need to, like, go somewhere.
All right, email us about how you need to go out and think.
About an hour and 10-15 minutes. This is going to be accomplished within the next few months, and but I will.
Oh yeah,
resume is for flat Earth. Put on paper. This is where I'm going, guys. I need to update it, even though I shouldn't have to, because the things that are being brought up in this town shouldn't even be put on paper. Update later.
Oh yeah, Mikey, this is very interesting.
Bullshit. Ever again, walking in that Walmart and it's there.
That's it. Hold on here.
I'm just saying, there's.
Feels good on the third.
Do you walk around in your bare feet? Doctor in the house. So I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I think I need to, like, go somewhere and do some thinking, because I could write a book on the way my life goes. So yeah, we're going to talk about the moon today. I've got an interesting story. Well, I'm not even going to tell the story. I'm just saying there's going to be a few lawsuits going out from me. That's all I can say, man.
I mean, is he freaking lawsuit happy now? He's just lawsuit crazy, right? He's gonna. So he's got the Canadian Space Agency, which he's already sent off. And now he's got more lawsuits he's going to do. I mean, how does he afford all his lawsuits? Because he does realize that he's got to pay court costs and stuff, right?
This town of Assiniboia is going to have a lawsuit in the next
Good
week.
luck with that.
And I don't even ask for these things. Walmart.
Good luck with that. Fuck.
Because last Saturday, I was
Unless she's got something like really concrete, like, yeah, Walmart, yeah, that's good. No.
shopping at Walmart.
I don't know what
to explain.
He's not going to say what, but yeah, he's going to sue his own town, and he's also going to sue his local Walmart or the corporation, I guess, like one of the biggest corporations in the world. Fucking good luck with that shit.
In the story, it's just they're going to have a lawsuit. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I am never going to feel comfortable ever again walking in that Walmart. It is the closest Walmart to me. I have to drive probably over an hour to get to this Walmart.
Look, if anybody knows what his lawsuit or his gripe is with Walmart, like, let me know in the comments, because this would be interesting to know. And also do with was it Assiniboia, wherever he lives? Like, what was I wonder if his gripe with that is he had run in with the police last week, so I'm wondering if there's an issue with that. And then also some kids stole some his magnetic signs, which he got back, but still.
I think about an hour and 10, 15 minutes, give or take. And yeah, so they're going to have a problem. And I will mention it to a few people and complain, post it on the internet, do whatever I have to do. But there is going to be a lawsuit. It's going to be a small one because I'm not going to be waiting this one out forever and ever and ever. This is going to be accomplished within the next few months. And but I will be typing. I already did. No, did I type it up? No, I didn't.
You know, he still has to pay for court, like filing fees and court costs, right? I mean, all right.
But I wrote up the one for the town office here in the Assiniboia town, stating that there's going to be a small lawsuit here too, obviously, because of the last, I would call it almost 2 years, maybe a little bit less than that, of all the bullshit that's been going on in this town. And you guys do not know the whole complete story. So I'm not going to mention any of it because I will just be ridiculed on what.
Give it time. I think Mikey can't help himself. He'll mention it.
Why I'm doing it. People will call me a big baby. They will call me many things.
Well, maybe just don't do it though. If he knows it's like him just being a bit of a freaking male Karen, then maybe just don't, Mikey. Just fucking just leave it and get on with it.
But they do not know the full stories. So there's a problem happening here. And yeah, I will be typing out the lawsuit later in this week, along with, well, actually I need to update it, even though I shouldn't have to, because the things that are being brought up in this town shouldn't even be put on paper. This is where I'm going, guys. Like, there are people that ask me what my resume is for flat earth or truth activism or truth.
Yeah, Hanzo, it really is fucking quiet tonight, eh?
I do not want to have a 24-hour stream in relation to talking about the past on what I have done for the truth community. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. There has been a lot going on. And I get it. A lot of you guys just, whatever. I wish you luck. That's all I can say. I wish you guys luck. I have this statement here, right here. I will put it back here so people can, well, they'll probably have to zoom in, but this is my first page. I'm going to try to squeeze all of it. Well, no, maybe I should stretch it out to 2 pages. Yeah, so this is the first page anyways. I'll probably expand this page and then continue on to the next one. But this is the first page for the town office here. I should have that done for next week or later this week, depending on what my plans are.
I mean, why is Mikey causing all this grief and freaking drama in his life? Like, he must just be bored. I think he's a single fella. He's got no family. He's got no wife, no kids, stuff like that. He's just bored, I guess.
I think I might just kind of hide out for a while because I need to do some thinking. And if I want to do anything else for anybody, myself or people around me, I think I'm just going to sit back for a few days. It's not going to be long. I may not even go anywhere this weekend. I have no idea. I can't. So just try to pay my bills, I guess.
All right, you know what? Okay, well, yeah, so Mikey's decided he's going to try to sue his hometown, and as well as he's going to try to sue Walmart, and he's still got his Canadian Space Agency lawsuit. So somebody's definitely lawsuit happy. I don't know what his freaking massive gripe is there, but, you know, he's just going to get himself in loads of legal trouble here. He's going to be so buried in freaking, like, legal fees and stuff like that. I don't see Mikey. It's not going to be good, mate. It's not going to be good for his mental health. But yeah, that's we'll leave it at that. So Flatzoid being Flatzoid, lying, and I do think, you know, that if anybody knows that guy that he was chatting with there, contact him. I did look in the comments, see if I can contact him, but I didn't have any contact information of him, because I think I do think he's hanging with the toxic crowd there. He's hanging with Sam. He's hanging out with what's the other fellow there from Scotland. Obviously, he's hanging out with freaking Keith Flatzoid, who's just a lying grifter. And I think that he's just being made a mug of. So and I don't think, it doesn't seem to me like the kid's like the sharpest tool in the shed. And he may be, you know, a little bit simple. The guy who tried to bet a Flatzoid $1,000, and they instantly jumped on him because they knew that the way he worded it, they could twist and change it certain ways that they could make him feel like dumb. So that's just and yeah, it's shit. But all right, yeah, it is getting late. I'm gonna be off to bed here. I got things to do tomorrow. But yeah, anybody, thanks for popping in. People that popped in and said hello, that's great. I should be on Sunday for my pseudoscience Sunday. I'll be popping up that video probably tomorrow-ish, where I showed my the sun observations I did a few years ago. So watch out for that one there. Click the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because, you know, it costs nothing. Just get down there, click the subscribe button, click the bell button, so you know I'll go live and when I put my videos up. And yeah, and drop a comment. You want to say hello, got a little comment or something, if you have a suggestion somebody should check out, somebody should maybe go over some content, then, you know, I'm up for suggestions for sure. But yeah, that's it. So in the end, people, we're gonna call it there. And yeah, remember, people, stay in reality. Earth is definitely a globe. Gravity's real. Stars rotate above us. Moon's 250,000 miles away. But don't forget, stay curious. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you all again. Bye.
NASA lies, yeah, that's what I say. Don't have proof or facts in any way. I claim the moon's made of plasma, a place no one can go. The Apollo program's a scam, I can't back it up though. They talk about the ISS is floating in space. You ask me in a pool, I'd say is the case. Satelloons in the sky held up by helium balloons. But bro, that's just a lie, cause that's what all bitches do. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. The firmament is real, a dome up above, but I'll never prove it, so lost that I'm dumb. I know the world is flat, trust your sense of sight. Saying gravity's just a theory is why I'm up at night. NASA is phony like a show or movie, fake like some stage. Truman Show, child's play, it's just but suck at this game. Because I'm just a dick with only my stupid self to blame. But I'm so fucking sure that the earth is flat, based on how I feel with my pop of flair. Swear my blind faith is what keeps it real. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC2 when he shows me proof. wrong questions, my beliefs are all faith-based. I can't see the fucking answers right in front of my face. Stanley Kubrick is mentioned every single goddamn time. Somehow he filmed it without nobody dropping a dime. The firmament is a dome, it keeps water in the sky. But when you ask me to prove it, I can't know why. NASA in Hebrew, it means to lie or deceive. My flerf priest told me, and blindly I believe. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in no way, I hate MC too when he shows me proof. Spreading misinformation and lies willfully, so proud. Like Nathan Thompson yelling at strangers so loud. NASA's lies, people, space is fake and Earth isn't round. Oh shit, the fathers and husbands stop me into the ground.
Asking the wrong questions, my beliefs are all faith-based. I can't see the fucking answers right in front of my face. Stanley Kubrick is mentioned every single goddamn time. Somehow he filmed it without nobody dropping a dime.
The firmament is a dome, it keeps water in the sky. But when you ask me to prove it, I can't. Why? NASA in Hebrew, it means to lie or deceive. My flerf priest told me, and blindly I believe. NASA lies is something I'll never prove. No facts, no evidence, debates I will lose. They say they've been to the moon, I say it's not the truth. I see truth in the way I hate MC too when he shows me proof. Spreading misinformation and lies willfully, so proud. Like Nathan Thompson